Hello, Jeff here from Crooked Onion Ranch. Today, I looked at my planting calendar. I can actually plant my peppers. I don't have to wait till Wednesday, so I'm going to try to do some today because just like all the gardeners out there, this time of year, we're itching to get going. Okay, so this is our seed tray that we did yesterday out in the garage. My soil is wet in here, and I use potting soil in my sifter out there that I used. Sometimes that's 1/4 inch hardware cloth. Sometimes you will still get good sized sticks in here. That's why I'm going to go to the seed starting mix next year. But I just wanted to show you how I do it. I've done it this way for quite a few number of years. I want to start off with seeds. A lot of people will buy their seeds with, I don't know where this came from. Yes, I do. I can see it on the back, but I'm not affiliated. It's going to say direct sow for your peppers, not recommended. That's because it takes them so long to grow. You want these to really be going and going good when you transplant them out in the garden. Depth, that's what you want to look at. 1/16 to 1/4 inch. What I use, I just have it. I got a little pencil. I broke the lead off. This is actually just a little bit over 1/4 inch. Works perfect. I also have been, when you do grow peppers, or anything for that matter, if you get really big peppers, these are jalapenos, these were my bigger ones. I save my seeds. I put them on a paper towel on a plate on top of my refrigerator, let them dry out. Then I stick them in their own little baggie and I mark them. I did the same thing with my bell peppers last year. These were my biggest ones. And one thing you got to remember, if you look, all seed from peppers, they all look the same. That's a problem. If you happen to forget to mark them, you have no idea what these are pepper-wise. If you plant your jalapenos next to your bell peppers, I hear they'll cross-pollinate. Maybe some of you want to try it and see if you can get some spicy bell peppers. I don't know. Other thing I found on the shelf where I keep my seeds, this was hidden in the back. This is how important marking your seeds are when you save them yourself. These are pepper seeds. They're a little brown because they've been back there. They were hidden. Just found them this morning. But they're definitely pepper seeds, but I have no idea what they are. This could even be back whenever I was growing Thai chilies. I don't know. So I can't use these because I don't know what they are. Sticks. When you do your seed trays, a lot of people do this with a popsicle stick. I used to do that myself. But I found when I wrote with my Sharpie on here, say jalapeno, bell pepper, whatever it is, because this soil is wet or damp, the water works its way up the stick and then it'll blur your writing to where you can't tell what that is. The better alternative is one of these plastic sticks. I can even cut this in half, which is what I've done here. And I still got room to write on there what it is. And now, I think these were $3.99 for 50 of them. I don't know how many was in this pack. But if I cut them in half, $3.99 for 100 of them, not bad. I'll deal with that. Because we're always trying to save money. Just like this table here. Actually swung up to a garage sale. They were getting ready to wrap up. And said their granddaughter used this little table to paint with. in their little room for her. As you can tell, she was quite the artist. But it gives the desk character. And I'm reusing it, so that's fine. All right, let's get to the planting. Use my little pencil here. And as I go down through here, I'm feeling for those little pieces of bark. If I feel one in there, I'm gonna take it out. Zip on down through here. And it could be that if you're a smaller gardener just getting started, and when you do start small. Don't let it'll get overwhelming. The weeds will get out of control until you get your techniques down, and you'll end up quitting. With the prices of vegetables today, you go to the store, you don't know where that's grown. So, and I don't know who grew it. Whenever you come to my farmer's market table with these videos, you're going to see where it comes from. So this is a 36 cell. It's 4 by 9. I make my own jalapeno powder. This year I'm actually going to try my own out of cayennes. I'm going to make my own red pepper flakes. I'm going to try it. Always trying something new. With that, you may only need 4 plants. You might be able to do your whole garden in this one tray. No big deal. Same thing. Only when you get into market gardening, it's a little bit more. Okay. What you're going to do then? You're going to get in here. I'm going to dump these out. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put these in here. And whenever I buy seeds, I don't know how many was in here. It says 100. So putting 2 in each one, no problem. Sometimes when you get old in your fingers, you're going to put 3 in there. That doesn't matter. Just don't put like 10 in there. Through here. While I'm doing this, I'll talk to you. Oh, missed the hole. That's what happens when you lose concentration. The reason why I picked peppers for today's video is number 1, it's time to plant them. And number 2, when you get into the cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, those seeds are really small and black. They're hard to see. I have something coming. Hopefully it gets here in time. You can run it down your tray, and supposedly it puts a little divot in there, and it puts a seed in there for you. We'll see. If it does what they say, that's going to be a big time saver for me. But if I only had a small garden, ain't nothing wrong with doing it this way. We're going down through here. The reason why these are bigger cells is because these peppers will not be going in until around the end of May, probably about the 24th, depending on the weather. Because peppers will not take a frost, neither will your tomatoes. And like I said, here in Ohio, every now and then, make sure you watch that 2-week forecast, because we tend to get a nice little frost at the end of May, and it will catch you off guard if you're not really watching the weather. I actually got 3 in that one. That's okay. I'm gonna roll with it. No editing. Oh, that's 2. Almost done. I have noticed even on your bell peppers, doing some cooking. We got some, oh, these resealables. Oh, these are nice. I've even saved my seeds out of the grocery store peppers, bell peppers anyway, and they actually grew. So, good thing. So now I got all my seeds in here. Always go through, double check, make sure you got them all. Yep. So now I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to press this in against those seeds. You want really good contact. Now, peppers and tomatoes are, I don't use a heating mat because I have the fluorescent lights on my shelves. The heat from the ballast will actually come up and get on the bottom of your tray, and I've never had a problem with them germinating. But it does take them a while. A lot of times you will almost give up on them and say they're not germinating, they're not going to come up, seeds were bad. I've had that happen to me several times, and then all of a sudden the next day they pop through the soil. So don't give up on them. If you do this and these just start to come up out of the ground, out of the trays, when they first start up, give them a couple days, because they all won't come up at the same time. But if you wait a week and you have, let's say all the outside comes up but the middle didn't, don't hesitate to jump back in there, make your holes again, get your seeds, go ahead and plant them, because by the end of May, these ones that are just starting, or you just had to reseed, they're going to have enough time to catch up. So there's a lot of variables that you got to deal with, but don't get discouraged. Okay, so that's done. There's my cayenne peppers. Now, if I spell it right, C-A, I think it is. Where's my Sharpie? I gotta get my Sharpie. Get you a Sharpie. Like I said, cut these in half. That's plenty good. And now I got 100 instead of 50. Slide that back. C-A-Y-E-N-N-E. Take it, stick it in there. Because like I said, I would not want to put these cayenne peppers planted right next to my bell peppers. Now, one thing I do, even though this is moist, I'm going to make sure those are getting good contact. If you remember the video, I went over my shelves. I got my secret weapon over here. I'm going to plug it in. Pinch your hose. I got my fountain pump in my sump pump. It's groundwater. Let your hose out just a little bit. You don't want to blast it with water. Just go through, make it real nice and gentle. That way them seeds are going to get really good soil contact. And again, this is a fountain pump, and it's in my sump pump. That's what I water my plants with down here. That way I don't have to carry water down here. I don't have to unhook my washer. I don't have a spigot down here. I'm not trying to drown them. I just want to make sure I get that top 1/4 inch wet. That potting soil will, or seed starting mix, will settle in around those seeds. And there we go. Unplug it. Just don't forget to plug your sump pump back in. Oops, I don't want to do that. Not yet. So that's it for today. Good luck with it. That's how I plant my stuff down here. Like I said, when I get my new tool to try this out, see if I can make this faster, I'm gonna try it out. So have a good day. Hit that subscribe and like. And till next time.